Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I'm out here on a Sunday, got my Rusi 250 out. I don't usually drive in town, but today I had some things to do and I need to charge the battery up. So you do that by driving it. Anyway, I'm over by SM Mall, Cebu City. And many of these major intersections, no traffic signals, no traffic control, no stop signs. People just go and they make it work. It's efficient. Anyway, straight ahead, the taller building to the center left is the Radisson Blue Hotel. And that is right next to SM Mall, Cebu City. And that mall is actually going to be going through some transformations. They're going to build a school on there, and I think a number of other things. I'll do a separate video about that. But it's going to be enlarged, more commercial buildings around the area. Anyway, this is holiday traffic. This is December, and it's holiday traffic. It's a Sunday, a family day. All these people are waiting to get into the mall parking area. And I've noticed being in several malls here the last couple of weeks, a lot more people in the malls. I don't see a lot of people carrying packages. But what does that mean? It means people, because of 3 years of economic lockdowns, a lot of the people don't have a whole lot of money to spend. So it's not like in past years that people are carrying lots of packages. I think they're just like they are around the world. Because of inflation, because of the cost of energy and traffic and gasoline, so many things, they're going to be spending a lot less for Christmas gifts. But they are going to the mall, and they are going to the restaurants and spending a little money there at least. I've got a little bit of news to go over, and we're here in a little bit. We're going to go past the newest mall that just opened up down the street here a bit. It really surprised me. Because I thought just a few months ago they were still a long ways. I thought it was going to be the middle of next year before they'd be opening up, but I see that they're open already. So SM Mall, Cebu City is to the left. There's another mall just to the right, but it had a big fire many months ago, and it is still closed, an old kind of like a strip mall. I am curious, with so many malls in town, how the malls can sustain all these stores, how they can sustain profit, because boy, we're just awash in malls, in my opinion. I just saw an article the other day. I'll do another video about too. Cebu City is the most populous city in the central Visayas, at just under 1 million permanent residents. But during work days, during the days, it usually expands substantially with all the people coming in, doing business in town from the provinces. Anyway, a couple things in news. One thing I continue to read about once a week or so, there's some article about an airline increasing flights to various destinations. So that's going to help as more and more travelers plan to come to the Philippines. And up here to the left is the new GMall of Cebu. Huge mall. And it is replacing the owners, Gaisano, I believe, replacing the old white gold, which is just up here. And in fact, I think part of it fell down the other day. You can see the sign there just to the left. White gold, that was the old mall. I've done a video in there, as well as over 1,000 other videos. I believe part of that building collapsed the other day, I think. Might have been a different mall. Anyway, the Philippines is open to vaccinated as well as unvaccinated. And so you can come here unvaccinated. You need an antigen test. You can get that when you arrive, but I would recommend you get it before you leave, within a certain number of hours. And what you should do, the airline that you book, go to their website, because the airlines, if they're not going to let you on the plane, you're not going to fly. So they should have on their site the requirements as they understand them at the present time. I could give them out today, and they could change tomorrow. So go to your airline site, go to the DOH in the Philippines or other sites, and search out that information. I've done a number of videos about that information. You are supposed to go to the eTravel site and the eArrival system, fill out a kind of a health declaration. I've been told by a number of people it's pretty easy to do, and you should do that before you arrive. Now, concerning a new law that is going into effect December 27th, everyone has to register their SIM card, their cell phone SIM card. And you're going to be able to do that online, I believe, is what I read. We're still waiting for some of the details. I've had a couple people comment that they've already registered their SIM. I've had other people say they've gone to Globe or Smart and they weren't set up to register those SIMs yet. So it's a work in progress. They're doing that under the what's happening. I get a lot of scam messages with my name. Hey Rod, register for this, do this, and a lot of people are. And the question is, well, how are these scammers getting everybody's name? They're getting it from some government agency, from where you filled out your information. Somebody that has your access to your information on some system, probably a government system, I would guess. Anyway, what will happen is the SIM will, people who have a cell phone already, you have 180 days, 6 months to register your SIM. If you're buying a new SIM, it will be unregistered. It won't work. It won't be activated until you register it. So presumably when you buy the SIM, have it put in, they can immediately register at that point in time, so you don't have to wait a day or a week or whatever, because the system can work slow in the Philippines, so if it's not immediate, that would be an issue. Another item I wanted to bring up is if you're driving in the Philippines, it has been, I just missed the green light there. It has been the policy in some LGUs, local government units, and in the NCR, the National Capital Region up by Manila, and other areas of the country, that if you violate it, they would confiscate your driver's license. And my understanding is the only people who are allowed to do that is the LTO, land transportation people. But local government agencies have been doing that, and they just come to an agreement that they would no longer confiscate your driver's license, and you could get it when you paid your fine, something like that. They agreed to just issue the ticket and stop doing that sort of thing. But something you could run into here, and I just watched a video from a guy in Mexico, did a video about that type of thing there. Officers saying, well, we're gonna confiscate your license or your car or your license plates, your registration information, but you do have the option of just taking care of that fine right here, and we won't confiscate any of that. Now that was in Mexico, that wasn't here. I have heard from a few people that on occasion here a policeman will offer to let you take care of those kind of issues on the spot. Cebu City, Mandaue City have a few more traffic cameras up at lights and stuff to catch people going through red lights, those types of things, and then they'll mail you a ticket, I guess. They've also, I know Cebu City, I think they've hired over 200 more traffic enforcers, what they call traffic enforcers, over the last couple of years. And most of them, they're not driving around in cars, they're not driving around on motorbikes, although there are some motorbike police out. There are police that'll say traffic on the side. You'll see guys like out here in the middle directing traffic even where there's a light, and sometimes where there is no light, because there are not many traffic lights in Cebu City. But they'll be standing on the side of the road, and they will just wave different people over and check their registration, their license, and those sorts of things, and issue citation, possibly, if things aren't proper. As far as travel, once you get to the Philippines, my experience, and I've been told by several other expats, is they have not been asked, because the official policy here is that you can travel you can travel within the Philippines and not need to be vaccinated or show any of those documents. And I've traveled to Dumaguete a few weeks ago, and from Dumaguete over to Bohol, and from one end of Bohol to the other, then back to Cebu City. And at no point along the way, even though there were signs a couple places that said no vaccine, no ticket, no travel, they just haven't taken those signs down. I even saw a tricycle driver the other day said no face shield, no face mask, no vaccine card, no ride. And I said, why do you still have that sticker up? And he just kind of didn't pay attention to me. But at no point along the way, hotels, piers, ferries, whatever, and I've had friends who have traveled that have told me the same thing. They have not been asked for vaccination cards or any of that sort of thing. So if you have had those experiences in the last few weeks or month, please leave comments and let us know what's going on, what your experience was. I would say shame on the media, and whoever's responsible to get that updated information out to the people. There are those who are they're still probably the majority of people running around with masks, wearing them day after day after day. So they're dirty masks. They're just breathing more bacteria in through those dirty masks. Because many people I've asked, even nurses working in the hospital, told me, yeah, we reuse the masks. They're too expensive to be buying every day. But every mall I've been in as well, every mall, every store that I've been in around Cebu City and Dumaguete and Bohol, I've asked, because they have security at virtually every store, every mall. And I've asked, are masks required, sir? And they said, no, it's voluntary. Even BPI Bank, where I pay my rent, they were one of the most strict about that. And no, sir, it's voluntary. It's up to you. And even some of the tellers, about a third of the tellers were not wearing masks. Anyway, the Philippines has a lot to offer. Number one, they're a very welcoming country. And many people speak English, which really helps the situation. I know many people during these restrictions have gone to other countries, gone to Colombia and Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico. Mexico has had a huge influx of not just Americans, but from Europeans as well coming there, because they've pretty much had no restrictions, virtually no restrictions in Mexico through this whole thing. And as well as Sweden also, and they had the almost no restrictions, and they had the same viral curve, death curve as all the countries with the hard lockdowns. Interesting statistics if you care to delve into that data. Anyway, here I am arriving in the uptown area. Ramos Market, vegetable market, is just to the left there. This is Ramos Street. Go up here and you'll go up to Mango Boulevard, where just off to the left will be Fuentios Minya Circle, a couple Robinson's malls. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.